Hello, my name is Marcello, and all of us from TSAV would like to welcome you to the Source Audio Video Design Group's YouTube channel. Today we will look at three of Sennheiser's legendary 600 series dynamic driver headphones, the HD600, HD660s, and the HD650. I say they are legendary for a couple of reasons, as they have been around for some time now, especially the 650 and 600, and have found their way into so many of our Head-Fi homes over the years. It's fair to say that at one point or another, many of us in the Head-Fi hobby have owned at least one of these headphones and used them as reference or everyday driver headphones. With the holidays coming up, I can wholeheartedly say all three of these headphones can make a great gift and will find a happy home in a listener's collection, both as an experienced headphone listener and someone just starting out on their Head-Fi journey. It was essentially the HD650 from Sennheiser that started me on my Head-Fi journey years ago into the world of proper higher fidelity headphone listening, and helped me to indeed fall in love with listening to music via headphones, especially with tube amplification. During this video, we will look at all three headphones, briefly discussing some of the more critical technical specs of each, which will play a big part in helping you decide which one is right for you, especially for those of you starting on your journey, as the 600 and 650 require better and more powerful amplification to sound their best. All three headphones scale in sound or improve their sound quality for those new to the hobby, as they are given better upchain components such as headphone amplifiers and higher quality digital analog converters. I would also say the 600 and 650 headphones scale a bit more with quality tube amplifiers than the 660s. So this video will be a bit different than some of the other videos on this channel that are heavily focused on premium flagship products. With that said, the 600 series again are legendary for how far above their asking price they can punch in sound quality with higher quality amplification. So just because they don't have a premium price, please don't think you can't obtain a gloriously enjoyable quality of sound out of these headphones, as many people, if given the option to choose only one or two headphones at any price to keep in their stable forever, might select one of these three headphones. The three headphones' build quality and visual aesthetics appear to be similar and low-key, using solid plastic materials for most of the visible frame and cups and leaving the drivers virtually completely exposed, besides a steel metal mesh to protect the outside of the drivers on each side of the cups. Though they may not look flashy, with the 650 having the flashiest finish of the three, this tried and true Sennheiser design language has sold thousands and thousands of headphones worldwide and is still one of the most lightweight and durable audio enthusiast headphones around. The weight of all three headphones is only around 260 grams according to Sennheiser, making them very easy from a weight perspective to wear for hours. The adjustable headband has some decent padding underneath for the portion of the headband that contacts your head. The clamping force is a bit more than you would expect and can feel a bit uncomfortable for all three when you first get the headphones. However, over time they do start to relax a bit and can also be gently placed around a foam block to help stretch them a bit more while not in use to make them more comfortable. The impedance of the HD600 is 300 ohms with a sensitivity of 97 dB, making it the most amplification needy of the three, versus the HD660s having an impedance of 150 ohms and a sensitivity of 104 dB, making them the easiest of all the headphones to drive when it comes to amplification. Lastly, the HD650 is 300 ohms and has an efficiency rating of 103 dB. Regarding the frequency response of the headphones, the 600 is rated from 12 Hz to 40,500 Hz, the 660s is rated from 9 Hz to 41,500 Hz, and the 650 is rated from 10 Hz to 41,000 Hz. All three headphones include a 2-year manufacturer warranty when purchased from an authorized dealer. If you want to see more tech specs and the current price of the headphones as they go on sale throughout the year, please check the video description and links below for each headphone. For the sound comparison portion of this video, I use the included cables of each, with the 660s including a 3-meter cable with a 3.5mm stereo jack plug, gold-plated 1/4-inch adapter, an unbalanced 3-pin 4.4mm, and a balanced 5-pin. The 650 includes the same 3-meter type of cable as the 660s, but with only the stereo 3.5mm jack plug and gold-plated 1/4-inch adapter. The 600 includes a less durable feeling, thinner 3-meter cable than the other two headphones, with again only a 3.5mm stereo connection and 1/4-inch adapter. Upgraded cables can be purchased, of course, for all the headphones, but for the sake of this video, I utilize what is included. I listened to all three headphones with several amplifiers, both tube and solid state, such as the Marantz 40N integrated streaming amplifier, the Chord Hugo TT2, Chord Hugo 2, Audio Research's i50 integrated amplifier, the Amps & Sound Pendant, and the OG i5 Pro iCan. In addition, I have listened to all three of these headphones at one point or another with lower cost kit-based home-built OTL tube amps, inexpensive solid-state amps, and less expensive hybrid tube amps. Hence, it's worth mentioning that while you don't have to spend a fortune to truly enjoy the sound of these headphones when it comes to amplification, my love of all three of these headphones is multiplied exponentially when paired with higher quality solid-state amplifiers. Most of all, though, with tube amplification. There is just something so special about the sound of these three headphones when paired with tubes, even if the tube amplifiers don't cost thousands of dollars. So if you are starting out, don't be afraid to try tube amps with these headphones, as you will be greatly rewarded if you do. In the video description, I will link a few recommendations of amps from our website at different prices that you might want to try with these headphones to see how they change the sound. With that said, let's jump right into my sound impressions. While the sound signature is not vastly different for each of these headphones, and all three have a Sennheiser 600 series house sound, there are still some audible differences with each headphone a potential buyer will want to be aware of, so you can choose which signature may suit you best. I listen to many different songs and genres of music across the different amplifiers and DACs I mentioned earlier, and I will share my notes with you from a few of the tracks to give you an idea, based on the music, what differences I heard in sound for each headphone. Listening to one of my favorite Grateful Dead songs, Friend of the Devil, comparing all three headphones, the HD600 sounds to have the most forward mid-range of the three, giving the guitar strings the most energy and portraying Jerry's vocals a bit thinner in sound compared to the HD650. The bass of the 600 also sounds the most delicate of the three headphones, which also helps to create that very mid-forward sound. Jerry's vocals sound a bit less present and smoother when listening to the 660s, with the bass frequencies emphasizing more body from the guitar strings than the 600. The strings still have a very forward, energetic presentation when listening to the 660s, and compared to the 600, however, they sound more balanced by the increase in the bass response. Comparing the 650 to the other two headphones, it sounds like the darkest of the three headphones with the most rolled off treble. However, it presents Jerry's vocals beautifully with a bit more body and warmth than the other two headphones. The strings still have that energetic forward sound on the mix, and for a mid-range focused music lover, all three headphones will give you that mid-range clarity quality of sound with some subtle differences. The bass signature and drums sound a bit looser from the 650 than the 600, trading a bit tighter, more defined sound of the 600 for a more colorful, relaxed presentation in this regard. Comparing the 660s with the 650, and it's as if the 600 and the 650 decided to have a baby and the sound signature of the 660s was born. The 660s presents a more detailed and tighter lower end than the 650, as well as presents with a bit more sparkle and air up top. Listening next to Burning by Sam Smith, starting with the 650. Sam's vocals present with a little more body than the other two headphones. The piano keys have more body when compared to the 600 as well. The soundstage is very intimate on all three headphones and only really starts to breathe more in my experience when listening with tube amplification. Listening to the same track with the 660s, and Sam's vocals sound like they have a bit more space around them with a slightly more spacious soundstage. They also have good body to them, however, they also present a bit more clarity than the 650, sounding a bit more energetic and forward on the song. Listening next to the 600 on the same track, Sam's vocals are a bit thinner than the other two headphones, with the piano keys having a bit less weight to their sound when being played. The soundstage sounds a bit more intimate than the other two headphones, with Sam's vocals positioned very close on the stage. Listening to Dreams 2001 Remaster from Fleetwood Mac, starting with the 600, and the cymbals have a constant standout presence along with a snare as they are being played. Stevie's vocals sound natural, but not as warm as the other two headphones. The guitar strings are easily placed along with the drums, although the drums don't have much punch or slam behind them as they are struck. Listening to the 660s, and the drums have more impact and slam. The cymbals still have a good presence, but sound much more balanced with the rest of the music. Stevie's vocals come more in line with my preference, with a bit more warmth and body as she sings. The other vocalists on the song also stand out better on the mix, and while still sounding intimate, the soundstage also images and defines the vocals and instruments better than the 600. Listening to the 650, and again the bass sounds a bit looser and less punchy than the 660s, with similar body and warmth for Stevie's vocals I heard from the 660s. The cymbals still have enough presence to stand out on the track, and the stage sounds a bit more intimate from the 650 when compared to the 660s. So by this point in the video, it should give you a good idea of a few of the critical differences in sound between these three headphones. While all three headphones possess similar sound signatures with excellent instrument and vocal timbre, especially in the mid-range, the less bass energy from the HD600 gives it a cleaner, leaner, more analytical focused sound presentation of the three headphones. while the HD650 is a bit of the opposite with a deeper sub-bass region that isn't necessarily very tight in presentation, but enjoyable with most genres of music. It has a very detail-focused mid-range, but with a bit more body and warmth in the mid-range and a less present treble region due to it being rolled off a bit, as well as the more prominent bass levels when compared to the 600. To my ears, the 660s falls somewhere in between the 600 and 650 with better and tighter quality of bass than both headphones. A very mid-range focused sound, like the other two headphones still, however with a bit more detail retrieval, better soundstage definition, and instrument separation depending on the amplifier and digital analog converter paired with the headphones. The 660s is also the easiest to drive, so while the 650 and 600 scale up more in performance with a better amplification, the sound quality of the 660s with less amplification sounds better. All three headphones should be paired with a dedicated headphone amplifier to really bring them to life, so keep this in mind, as some of you may be beginners, and I don't recommend plugging them into your phone or laptop directly, even if you can. If I could only choose one of the three headphones, it would be a tough decision for me between the 660s and the 650, as I enjoy those two sound signatures the most with my audio chains at home. I like pairing the 650 with a dynamic sounding neutralish tube amplifier, or even going all in with a warm gooey sounding OTL or holographic amps and sound set amp, depending on the genre of music and recordings I am listening to. The 660s pairs well with neutral to warm solid state and tube amplifiers as well, but again is more easily driven, which may be the better choice for most beginners in the head-fi hobby. For my preferences, the 600 would be my least favorite sound signature of the three headphones, especially with the audio rigs I have in-house, as the lack of bass energy and balance of the headphones doesn't sound natural or engaging enough for my preferences and for much of the music I listen to. However, this is of course just my preference, and other listeners will feel the exact opposite. So I always recommend listening to all three headphones with your audio setup at home to determine which signature you enjoy most. If you can visit our showroom and headphone bar, we have demo units of all three for you to compare across numerous amplifiers and DACs in a quiet listening environment. If you're interested in trading up your old headphones or other gently used audio gear for a new set of headphones, check out the links in the video description to our trade up program, and don't forget we will price match other authorized dealers. We hope you enjoyed this video presentation of my experiences comparing these three headphones. In the description below I will link to our website and more info on both headphones and other products discussed during this video. Let's start the conversations in the video comments on which of the three headphones is your favorite and why. While you are there, do me a favor, smash that like button for us and subscribe today for more headphone comparison videos. Till next time friends, remember, let the music be your guide.